this off by asking you, when was the first time you felt like you were an actor or actress, whichever you prefer?
That is a really difficult one, because honestly, I'm still struggling. I still don't quite feel I've made that decision.
Yeah.
I still haven't quite made the decision to be an actor. You know, I'm just winging it.
Was there something else that you would be doing or want to be doing?
Yeah, I'm just really distracting myself from doing all the things I should probably be doing and taking up invitations when they come. But no, I was a writer. And I went to college as a writer, and I got there and I stopped writing immediately. And then I met a bunch of people who were doing plays and having fun, and a couple of them who were making films, and they looked like they were having a laugh. So I joined in, but I never really took it seriously at all. How about you?
I don't know if it's something we should actually ever take seriously, right? Because it's supposed to be about having fun and getting in the sandbox, as they say, and like being in the moment, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people, I'm constantly thinking I'm having way too much fun for it to be.
That's
really
how
serious.
I feel. It can't be seen as a job of any sort. I honestly have to say, I think the first time I felt like I was an actor, I don't know if that's the word that I would use necessarily, but I was 8 years old, and I had a teacher who had us write a little skit and perform it in front of the class. And you know, you play all the characters, and I remember coming alive and feeling like, oh, this is the most fun thing I have ever done.
And what was it? Do it now.
I wish I could. I wish I actually even had the skit.
What was it? Can you remember?
No, but I know there were like 3 characters. I think there was even a dog as part of it. And
it's always a good thing to have a dog.
Right, always a good thing.
Yeah.
And I just remember loving it. And I remember him actually really supporting it and writing to my mom, and you know, the report card you get saying, I think Hilary might have, you know, a talent at this. If not anything, she has fun. I think you should support it.
And did you then do school plays and things?
I did. That same year I auditioned for The Jungle Book. And I got the role of Mowgli.
Nice.
The boy man cub.
Nice.
Even though I wanted to be Baloo.
Oh, really?
And when they said to me, we want you to play Mowgli, I was like, but that's a boy. I'm going to have to think about that. Then I came back the next day and said, great.
That was kind of, you know, putting a little wisdom by for later.
Right. You are in 3 movies right now?
Well, I was in 3 movies over the course of the last era, and they all came out this year in this country. So
okay.
The films that have been coming out this year have been Wes Anderson's Grand Budapest Hotel, Jim Jarmusch's Only Lovers Left Alive, and Bong Joon-ho's Snowpiercer. And I'm happy to say that they're 3 of my favorite films of the last decade, and I'm so happy to be anything to do with them.
That.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Amazing. Yeah.
All 3?
Yeah, I really lucked out. 3 masters, 3 masters, all kind of at the top of their game. Wes Anderson just following Moonrise Kingdom with something so completely full frontal Wes Anderson with this amazing film, Grand Budapest Hotel, which everybody just embraced. And then Jim Jarmusch's film, Only Lovers Left Alive, which we had been talking about for nearly a decade, and finally we got to make it. So, but tell me about your film.
It takes a long time to get movies made, doesn't it?
How can I get you to tell me about your film?
Okay, The Homesman. So Tommy Lee Jones co-wrote this and then stars in it and directs it, which I find astounding. Can you imagine wearing all those hats? It's a Western, yet it's not your normal Western where the women are just kind of on the wayside doing something, you know, you get prostitutes or whatever usually happens in a Western. I would call it, I mean, but really, right? When you think about Westerns.
Summed up. No, it's really true. Yeah.
I don't know how else
or
to
managing
say
the tumbleweeds.
Yes,
like,
or something, something
yeah,
like this. It's a feminist movie in a lot of ways, too.
So what are the women up to in this one?
Okay, so we take 3 women who have really lost their minds, and I become the homesman because none of the men in our town are willing to take these women back to the Iowa territory to be taken care of properly because they've lost their minds and they need help. Their husbands don't even step up to help.
So their husbands exist, they're just distracted.
Yes, I guess that's a good way to say it. Yeah. So to me, what attracted me to the movie is it takes place in the mid-1800s. We're now in 2014, yet it is a lot about the trivialization and objectification of women. And I think, you know, we deal with this all the time, and the movie deals with that.
So you have won 2 Oscars
Crazy.
so far,
Crazy.
and I won one once, and won once,
Beautifully.
and
That's a tongue
somebody
twister.
asked me what has changed, and the answer is always the same. The only thing that ever changed my life was that people ask me how my life has changed, and what has happened with you twice, because you've had 2 chances for your life not to change.
But I have a question. Did you feel like you got more opportunities to work with the people that you want to work with? Like, did you get more scripts that came your way or anything?
Honestly, I don't really know, because at that moment I was so involved with what I was doing anyway. Maybe all sorts of stuff was coming towards me that I couldn't pay attention to because I was otherwise engaged. But what I will say is I'm very grateful for that experience, because who knows, those little films, and they're all pretty small, might have got more attention, might have got more people to come and see them because of that incredibly famous prize, which, let's face it, is more famous and more resonant than any of us
or
ever
any
could
performance
be.
would ever be.
So the
That's right.
prize, it all helps, and especially when you're dealing with independent films, it's fantastic. Really, really grateful.
You couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take your quotes and take it with me to other times when people ask, because we get this asked a lot. And that is a really, really great way of saying it. And you're right, I think it, like Boys Don't Cry, for instance, the movie was made for $1.7 million. I made $3,000 on the movie. The idea that this movie was going to be seen by a wider audience because of that was really, I think, the prize in a way.
I think that particularly if you work in you know, a particular kind of world that I work in, which is pretty much exclusively independent, it's such a wonderful outreach tool. It means, I mean, I remember one thing that happened the night of the Academy Awards. It so happened that I had time to clear all my inbox and my emails. I was feeling so pleased with myself. And we went to the event.
It was like 1,000.
And when I came back,
or more,
there was something like 1,200 emails in my inbox.
And a bunch of people that you were like...
No, everybody I'd ever met.
Like, from high school.
Everybody, some of whom were dead. You know, it's like from beyond the grave.
Yeah,
it's
interesting, right?
Yeah, it's a resonance. And you have to take that seriously. And you think, well, that's good. That's maybe going to help the next 5 tiny films.
It's interesting until all of a sudden you have a down and out moment and then they're gone. You're like, hey,
maybe
where'd you guys go?
Well, maybe they need to present they do, don't they? The Razzie Awards. I was going to say if they present an anti-Academy Award that would make it all go away, made of polystyrene or something. That would be great.